What's up, Visionaries? Today, I'm going to put a video out that is going to be showing you how we are in the right place at the right time. And if you are not, and you're still a skeptic, now is the time to start paying attention. I have been saying for years that crypto adoption is inevitable because the use case of blockchain technology as a distributed ledger technology is the most impactful thing in order for keeping ledgers and tabs on how money is moved. You may have heard frequently about a CBDC and everything else. Our government needs efficiency. If you haven't seen the Department of Government efficiency and why this is a thing, is because they think in order to cut back the deficit that we have to be more mindful of how we're spending our money. Blockchain technology helps and serves that purpose. Now, today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how, if you're paying attention, you are still early to where many people are distracted. And what I'm trying to show you here is that we pay attention as visionaries to market makers, decision makers. And we don't just watch what they do, we listen to what they say. But the most important thing is to watch what they do. I have this thing where I say we follow narratives, but make sure that the narrative has merit, right? What does that mean? Crypto moves off narrative. Just the announcement of Trump showing up at the Bitcoin conference and him making claims, well, whether it be from political donations from cryptocurrency or whatnot, this is one of the most crucial things to realize. Is that what started the Trump pump, right? So things that were stagnant were moving off the narratives of the things that President Donald Trump was talking about. No capital gains tax on US based companies. You see all the ISO 222 tokens take a massive pump. We're talking about XRP, Algorand, and DAG, and all of these ISO 20022 tokens. But what I want you guys to understand is that I want you to pay attention to what BlackRock is saying. Now, my content, my opinions is only solely based from the perspective as an investor. We are asset managers of our own portfolio. We have to practice our own operational security, taking our own discernment, and then just like people who have money first mentality, you have to understand that sometimes the social things that you think about, you would have to put aside, because I personally believe the thing that changes the world the most is you have to have money to make the difference for someone to listen to you. So keep that in mind. So as you can see here, Trump is revamping the SEC. The problem with cryptocurrency and regulation is that Gary Gensler never actually made the rules of how cryptocurrency was supposed to. He is like most skeptics that you see on the internet. They just tell you all the bad things about it, but not the good things that it also does. People will talk about EMPs. People will talk about how it'll never replace the dollar. I say turn off all of that noise. Focus on the things that people who are responsible for making decisions that impact our lives, what are they saying and what are they doing? It doesn't matter if Jamie Dimon says that he doesn't believe in cryptocurrency, right? Or Bitcoin. But pay attention to a video where he has, which I'll show you in this video, where he talks about how, although he doesn't believe in Bitcoin, he believes in cryptocurrency as a technology. But anyhow, we're going to talk about how this SEC repeals this controversial crypto accounting rules for banks. The reason why this is significant is because also the thing that we are waiting on now, each narrative in cryptocurrency is based on narratives as well. Last one was retail investors, meaning NFTs, meme coins, and all that stuff was pumping the crypto market, and that was the adoptions. You've seen 8 coins, Decentraland, and the metaverse, Sandbox. All of those things were the things of last cycle. Now, I'm not saying that those things won't pump. A rising tide lifts all boats. What I am trying to tell you now is that the new narrative is now the old money is coming into the new money, but the only thing they needed was the rules to give them the green light to dump capital into the market. And I want you to pay attention to capital markets. That's what I want you to take away from this. Capital markets is what we're going to focus on in this video. So now let's go and do some research here. The SEC repeals controversial crypto accounting rules for banks. The Securities and Exchange Commission today issued a staffed accounting bulletin reversing a previous bulletin that changed how banks and other publicly traded entities were expected to account for digital assets held in custody. This is SAB 121. Published in 2022, required SEC registrants to record an obligation to safeguard the crypto asset that they hold at the fair value of the related assets. The American Bankers Association, the ABA, which is, let's talk about where I cite my sources from, right? The ABA is where this article is coming from, had urged the commissions to rescind the bulletin saying it curbed the ability of the association's member banks to develop and bring to market at scale certain digital asset products and services. Congress also passed a joint resolution yesterday to overrule SAB 121, but former President Biden vetoed it, right? Now, I know we go through this back and forth pea contest in politics, but it was honest that the Biden administration was anti-crypto. Now, there's tons of things about it. I don't even want to argue with anyone about it. If you can't see that, then you just probably just don't like crypto yourself. And now SAB 1222 announced today rescinds SAB 121. It came the same day that President Trump announced the formation of a government task force to review and possibly ease regulation of the digital asset sector. At the same time, the SEC under acting chairman Mark Ueda has launched its own task force to develop a regulatory framework for crypto assets, claiming that its past handling of subjects resulted in confusion about what is legal, which creates an environment hostile to innovation and conducive to fraud, right? So this is even saying, right, that now what they're doing is they just wanted regulatory clarity, right? When the institutional investors just want to know what is it that you're asking from us so we can get started on playing this game on making some money. That's it. And now, if you can't see that, right, this is what I mean about investing can't be this emotional thing. What I'm watching as an investor and someone who has made a ton of money in cryptocurrency, what I am looking for is that adoption of cryptocurrency is what I'm investing in. What I look for is like that's what I was talking about Avalanche, putting those car titles on the blockchain, right? That is a way of the distributed ledger technology coming in. That is a real world use case that not only is it speculative, which I'm going to go in on XRP on this because I'm not telling you guys not to invest in XRP. I'm just saying everything about XRP is speculative. They only talk about what happened before the case. Now, even though the case is back and forth, now is the case a big deal? Is it not? You're almost reaching your all-time high. Is this thing with the case holding you guys back still? Why is no one building relationships with XRP? Is what I'm saying. Now, they may be in the background, but I'm going to show you something that I've been talking about, which is Chainlink. How Chainlink is the cryptocurrency that if blockchain technology is adopted, you're going to have to put data into the blockchain. Now, everyone loves talking about XRP. Me, I don't own any XRP. And this is not one of those things that I missed the opportunity and all these other things, right? I already think that the banks already is going to use their own technology. So now, I'm going to show you a video here we're going to put Sergey Nazarov. He is the founder of Chainlink, right? And I want you to listen to what he's talking about. Then I'm going to show you a video of Larry Fink talking about the same type of stuff.
We also saw a huge amount of adoption in the capital markets. This adoption, I think, is really starting to.
Sorry about that. I want to highlight capital markets because when I go to the next thing, I want to show you how two separate people, right? Now, where's the time? This video was made 2 days ago. Capital markets, right?
Form the future of our industry because of the amount of value that you find within the capital markets space. That value really can't be found anywhere else. And it's really the source of capital that's going to allow our industry to grow to the next stage. This is now starting to become clear very slowly through some tokenized funds, but I think it's going to go very, very, very far beyond that. 2024 was a very big year where multiple central banks, multiple governments started working with Chainlink in various ways to collaborate on how to build a global financial system that runs on the Chainlink standard. The value of the Chainlink standard to the global financial system is that it creates highly reliable agreements, highly reliable transactions, and something that is fundamentally better than the current existing financial system. The financial system, however, is already built on a set of existing technologies. And those technologies won't be going away because there's so many banks and asset managers that rely so heavily on them. The challenge.
So now, right there with that, right? So I'm going to break this video down on why it's significant because I know that it may be a lot of words for a lot of different people. One of the things that I want you guys to understand is that he's saying that everyone's talking about it's going to replace the dollar. They're going to use these technologies. No, it's not going to be this binary thing where it's either this or it's that. We're focusing on as well, unison, unify. That's what did President Trump say during his inauguration? I want to be known as a peacemaker and a unifier. This era that we're going through is going to be a collaboration of everyone in the world coming into one location. There's a lot of conspiracy about that, but I don't want to hold too much time about that. I want you to understand that how he's acknowledging that the old financial system isn't going anywhere, right? Now, do I think the opportunity is there? I do not think so. I think now this change, the wealth shift, that yes, eventually you don't just throw something out. Like only people who are broke, poor mindset, struggling, miserable, they have this mindset that I have to just throw everything out cold turkey and start over. No one thinks about the journey of 10,000 steps starts with the first one. The best way to eat an elephant is one bite at a time. No one ever actually implies that. One of my good friends said some people just buy the bumper sticker, put the live, laugh, laugh in their house, and buy the t-shirt, and they don't live by it, right? So I just wanted to highlight that.
Challenge in 2025 will be to continue to build what the DeFi community needs to make sure that the market share and the adoption of Chainlink in the public chain DeFi community space continues to grow as it has been over the last years, and to remain secure as we have for the 5+ years that Chainlink has operated successfully. And now to continue to expand into the capital markets. Expanding into the capital markets is really the next stage, I think, of the Chainlink communities and the Chainlink protocols and the Chainlink standards growth trajectory. It's the ability to define transactions for the capital markets in a technical way that allows them to transact both with each other and with the DeFi community. At the end of the day, the DeFi community will be the hotbed of innovation, where there will be lots of permissionlessly created, permissionlessly innovated, new forms of yield, new financial products, new methods of managing risk. And this will be where the world's financial innovation comes from. There will continue to be a very large capital markets community of asset managers, banks, financial market infrastructures that are regulated in ways that make institutions and the largest users of the financial system comfortable in giving their money over to the system.
What did he say? Let me rewind that again, and then I'm gonna fast forward to something else. But this is what I wanted you guys to see here, right? Is he was saying that we want to make institutional investors, what they were waiting for is making them comfortable. Now, let me go back. What did I tell you about this? The SEC repeals controversial crypto accounting rules. They are already doing it. Now, this is the point where I tell you, you don't want to invest in something, right, when it happens. The risk and the reward in speculation is putting your board in position to catch the wave before it happens. The one thing you never hear from Chainlink is price speculation. This is going to overthrow this. This is going to be the new thing. And then not only to make those claims and have nothing to support it. It's the only thing I'm telling you about XRP, because XRP's marketing is next level. That's why everyone believes it. And then what else is, this is what I'm showing you, right? Is I'm connecting the dots for you here, because what most people do, they just think, oh, the banks, crypto, adoption, right? XRP is going to use it. Oh, the Swift network. No, 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 no. See, what you don't understand is that already Chainlink partnered with Swift first, which I'm going to show you right here, right? So let me show you, let me finish this video first, right? Go back.
Institutions and the largest users of the financial system comfortable. This will be where the world's financial innovation comes from. There will continue to be a very large capital markets community of asset managers, banks, financial market infrastructures that are regulated in ways that make institutions, and there will continue to be a very large capital markets community of asset managers, banks, financial market infrastructures that are regulated in ways that make
asset managers, what is BlackRock? Financial institutions, me out.
Institutions and the largest users of the financial system comfortable in giving their money over to the system. Eventually, what we're going to see is the highly regulated institutions and DeFi community merge into a single Internet of Contracts. I think that is well underway in 2024, but what I see in 2025 is that we're going to go very far beyond what has happened so far. The regulatory environment in the US is massively going to accelerate the adoption of blockchain technology. It's something that very clearly is now aligned with our industry's goals of creating a highly transparent, highly interoperable, global Internet of Contracts. This is really the only place that I could see our industry going now, is that it is the way that financial transactions now occur both in the US economy, outside the US economy, and globally.
Global unification. Keep telling you all this stuff, guys, is going to watch. So now let me go somewhere where it's new.
Largest institutions on earth, the system should be able to meet your requirements. It should allow you to provide various forms of data on chain. Now is that there is a global set of.
So now, in this next section, he's going to explain why I am super bullish on on Chainlink specifically. Like you can have XRP, take it. I don't understand what the competition is. That's what I don't understand. Why are we competing over this one thing? What I'm trying to tell you now is that Chainlink has the infrastructure, which I'm going to show you next, right? The infrastructure to execute crypto's adoption.
Standards that is accepted across jurisdictions, across legal systems, as the reliable way to define transactions, to send value and information across chains, to provide identity on chain, to provide various forms of data on chain, and to create this interconnected web of systems and counterparties that allows all different categories of counterparties, categories of users to interact with each other. This means if you're a retail consumer or if you're one of the largest institutions on earth, the system should be able to meet your requirements. It should allow you to easily put value into the system as a consumer. It should allow you to easily put value into the system as an institution and to efficiently create interactions between these two groups in a way that reduces risk and creates returns for both. This is fundamentally what the financial system should be doing. And it should be doing it in a way with less risk and less systemic financial issues. I think this is really where.
So now I want to take you to where, when I say we listen to market makers, let me make sure that, all right, this is the one I want to go to first, right? So now I want you to see how it says, this is Larry Fink, who is an asset manager and a market maker. I'm going to tell you what a market maker is next, right? So now look at this.
Just asset manager, now overseeing $11.6 trillion, that's with a T, under management, beating on the top and bottom lines. And I spoke to BlackRock chairman and CEO Larry Fink in an exclusive interview and asked him about the alternatives business, which is a big new priority for the firm.
It is my belief for democratic economies to continue to grow and Western economies to continue to grow, we're going to have to rely more on the private sector. And the brilliance of the United States economy is based on the capital markets. And that's the role of CNBC to talk about all the different things.
What did I tell you? Now, when was this? 11 days ago. This is Sergey talking about, well, this is Larry Fink talking about what Sergey was just talking about. You got to pay attention to these buzzwords, the capital markets, right? Now, you could do confirmation bias and try to squeeze your project into it, right? I'm saying that where do you see people from Ripple talking about this stuff?
In the role of the capital markets. We have the broadest, deepest capital markets in the world, and that's why a startup company, a small company, a medium company, a large company has access to capital like nowhere else in the world. And we underestimate the power of our global capital markets and mostly the U.S. capital markets. It is my belief that capital markets are going to become a larger and larger economic engine here in the United States and all throughout the world. I said in the editorial that we can't rely on deficits. I mean,
so now, I want you to understand how many times he said capital markets, capital markets, capital markets, right? So now, the next thing I want to show you, all right? Let me make sure I got the right thing here. Trump signs the executive order paving the way for digital asset stockpile. President Donald Trump signed an executive order on Thursday that includes working towards developing a national digital asset stockpile. Trump, who was a critic of crypto in his first administration, never forget, campaigned on a very different message in 2024. Right? President Donald Trump signed an executive order on Thursday to promote the advancement of cryptocurrencies in the U.S. and work toward potentially developing a national digital asset stockpile. Venture capitalist David Sachs, who Trump tapped as his crypto and artificial intelligence czar, joined Trump in the Oval Office by signing the order. Give me a second here. Sorry about that. All right, so venture capitalist David Sachs, who Trump tapped as his crypto and artificial intelligence czar, joined Trump in the Oval Office for the signing of the order. So now let me pause it right there. Something that I want you guys. The digital asset industry, what I would do is I would look into David Sachs and see what he's into. I know the XRP people are going to tell me that, hey, he has XRP, which I already looked in a little bit, but I would also research what is it that he likes about artificial intelligence? See how that coincides with crypto, because that's where you will find an undervalued project that while they're making this digital asset stockpile, that's what you should be invested in. Don't just go and open up your app and start buying Shiba Inu and Dogecoin. See, that's why most of you don't realize is the same reason why you bought Dogecoin and Shiba Inu is the same reason why you're into XRP. The learning curve on that is easy. That's why it pumps. That's what I'm trying to tell you to find. So when someone else downloads Robinhood and you're in position to take that up. See, right now, you're waiting for something from XRP that you haven't been in it as long as I have or been has actively researching it to understand why XRP could be just all talk, right? So now, but this is what but I'm not beating my chest on that. What I want you guys to do is your own research, and I'm trying to help you figure out how we do it, right? So now let's go back to Larry Fink talking about the tokenization of real world assets.
This technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of the huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, well, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities.
And there he goes. He's telling you what the next thing would be. And the reason why you listen to him and not me, and well, listen to me because I'm just telling you to listen to this guy, right? I'm not trying to sit here and talk about like what Elon Musk is buying, like being a groupie. Too many of you guys are investing being a groupie instead of actually being an investor. I want you to listen to where does the guy who has the bag, when they say follow the money, you follow the guy who has the bag, right? So now, this is what I want you to understand. Ripple partnered with Chainlink to improve the RLUSD stablecoin using real-time price data for secure DeFi transactions. Now, I don't want these videos to be longer than 30 minutes because I understand that I'm in competition with short form content that is easier to consume, right? And then so what I want you guys to look into is how do you find these cryptocurrencies, right? So now, this is coinmarketcap.com. You'll hear me talk about this a million times, right? What I want you guys to see is when you hear these narratives, what are they talking about? Real world assets, AI. Sorry about that. I got the kids. So anyhow, so this is CoinMarketCap. You'll hear me 100 times. So how would you find something about real world assets? So when you go here, you can find this on your phone. The only difference is there's a mobile application and a laptop. If you guys can't figure out how to navigate desktop and mobile applications, you're cooked in this crypto stuff, just so you know. Challenge yourself to do the most basic technology stuff first, then try to chase the other stuff, right? So here's what you do. You're gonna go to see where it says all crypto, NFTs, categories, right? So you click on categories. I'm trying to tell you that real world assets is the thing that's gonna benefit from this the most, right? So now you scroll down, right? And then you see, what do you see? Rehypothecated, memes, Solana, Polkadot, Made in America is another one, right? And Pudgy Penguins is up 20%, right? You see that? AI, big data, AI agents, right? So this is where you come to look, right? So we're gonna go to real world assets. Remember, it's just categories you go to, right? So now, instead of just showing you the top ones on all crypto and you guys just buy the ones that are at the top, which is terrible investing strategy, go look at the Crypto Barbell Strategy to understand why I think that, right? Is that Chainlink at the top, Avalanche, HBAR, Ondo. So if you want exposure to just real world assets, and that's the narrative. Remember how they say niche down in most things, right? So if you want to build a portfolio, and here's something, let's say if you have $3,000 to invest, right? What I would take is $1,000 invested into a real world asset, another $1,000 invested into AI using the barbell strategy in each category, right? And if you need help understanding that, just leave a comment and I'll make a video just like this explaining it, right? So you have Ondo, VeChain, the XDC network, Quant, IOTA, Maker, Reserve Rights, right? But now this is not the only thing. So they got Chintai and Clearpool, right? And you see if I have stars next to it, that means I'm looking into it or I own it. I definitely own Clearpool. I haven't taken a stake in Chintai yet. But so anyhow, what I want you guys to see, right, is even if you go back to categories, right, what I would do is I would stack the narratives on top of each other. Like which one is real world assets, AI, and what's the other one I'm looking for? in meme coin, and made in America. That's the one, right? So now what I would do is click on made in America. And do you see any of those in here? Which one do you see? Which one do you see? Right? So you got the made in America narrative, right? You also have the like, I'm telling you, look, you see Avalanche, right? And you can stack. You see H bar. Now you get exposure to made in America, real world assets. Now, let's go back to categories. And let's go to AI big data. Now this is going to look a lot different. But see, you got Near protocol, BitTensor, Injective, the Theta network, right? Virtuals protocol, the AIOZ, right? AOS, however they say it, they got a Kosh network, right? These are ones that you want to look. And now, just in case you don't remember, the barbell strategy, see how all these AI ones are in tier 2, the mid-market caps. It's below $10 billion, right? So now, you can go to generative AI, right? This is but anyhow, guys, I'm already past 31 minutes, guys. Let me know in the comments what you guys need help with, but you should definitely be stacking up on some Chainlink. Remember what I said, when you stack up, you just don't go buy it because I said it today. Look at its price, see if it's dropped down below 20% in the last 30, 60 days, right? And then that's when you buy, maybe even 15%, right? It depends on how anxious you are to make first contact. So guys, anyways, I'm glad you guys paid attention, and I look forward to more videos, and let me know and be more engaged in this community.